Swift has announced that it's building a blockchain-based ledger. This is a move that could redefine how banks interact with digital assets. But what exactly does it mean? Today, we'll look behind the press release and unpack what Swift is really building. This video is brought to you by Espeo Software. We are a blockchain consultancy specializing in blockchain payments and asset tokenization projects. If you are exploring your first blockchain proof of concept and don't know where to start, we can help. Visit espeo.eu and schedule a consultation with our team. You will find all the links in the description. First, it's important to understand that Swift isn't replacing its existing messaging rails. These rails sit underneath the business layer of the global financial network. They form the technical and logical core that enables banks to exchange structured financial messages, instructions about money, not the money itself. The new ledger is expected to sit beneath these messaging rails. While the messaging layer handles the communication and validation of transactions, the blockchain ledger will record and execute them. In other words, Swift is adding a programmable execution layer beneath its traditional messaging infrastructure, which will extend its role from securing communication to securing settlement. This architecture keeps the existing ISO 20022 messaging standard and APIs intact, while adding a shared blockchain-based environment that can interoperate with other digital asset networks, including CBDCs and tokenized deposits. The announcement marks a real shift in the payments landscape. For years, Swift's position in cross-border payments seemed unshakable. But with the rapid growth of stablecoins, a topic we explored in earlier episodes, Swift is taking its next step. The new blockchain ledger comes with two key promises: programmability and always-on settlement. Programmability means that payments could eventually be governed by smart contracts, automated rules embedded directly into transactions. So far, Swift has not released any public details on who will define those rules and how smart contracts standards will be set. If implemented well, this feature could enable powerful use cases. Take trade finance as an example. A letter of credit could be replaced by a smart contract that automatically releases payment upon delivery confirmation, thus reducing counterparty risk and speeding up cross-border settlement. In a recent podcast episode, our CEO noted that more voices in the financial sector are questioning whether stablecoins are truly the right tool for always-on settlement. Nobel laureate Tirole, writing in The Economist, warned that stablecoins are not as stable as their name implies. Even though they gained legitimacy after the passage of the US Genius Act in July 2025, Tirole argues that this trend promotes speculation more than financial stability. His point is that instead of depending on a private token, payment infrastructure should be public, reliable, and transparent. Ultimately, the future direction will depend on regulation and adoption. If regulators allow it, banks and fintechs building on Swift's new infrastructure will decide how far this transformation goes. We've looked closely at how the industry has reacted to the announcement, and overall, the response has been positive. For many institutions, this new initiative confirms that the move towards settlement infrastructure for tokenized assets is no longer theoretical but inevitable. Financial institutions from 16 countries are now providing feedback on the design of the new blockchain ledger. Following the proof of concept phase, Swift plans to work with this global community on implementation. The group of banks participating in the design includes some of the largest in the world. Several critical questions remain unanswered. While Swift's vision is clear, the details will determine how transformative this ledger can truly be. Who will control validation and onboarding? Swift has not yet disclosed how the validator set will be formed, what criteria institutions must meet to participate, or how future rule changes will be proposed and ratified. Then, there's privacy and data sharing. Swift's system connects over 11,000 institutions, each operating under different data laws. So how will they ensure sensitive information stays private while still giving regulators and auditors the transparency they need? We've seen hints as selective disclosure, but no technical details yet. So how will they ensure that sensitive information stays private while still giving regulators and auditors the transparency they need? We've seen hints at selective disclosure, but no technical details yet. And when a transaction hits the ledger, is that the end of the process? Or does it still need to settle somewhere else, like a central bank RTGS system or a correspondent account? The prototype should clarify whether the ledger provides proper legal finality or simply coordinates with other systems that do. There's also the scalability question. We're talking about a network spanning more than 200 countries and thousands of institutions. The question is, can a blockchain-based system handle that kind of volume and still deliver the instant 24/7 experience Swift is promising? We'll be exploring this and many other questions on how blockchain is reshaping the global financial system. So please be sure to subscribe and remember to stay on the block to stay ahead.